The people who say personal development does not work are actually correct. Also, the people who say personal development works is also correct. Wait a minute, ED. What are you trying to say here? How can they both be correct? Well, if you stay tuned, I'm going to unpack today's title. If you're new to the channel, I go by the name of ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, that just simply means Ed. I have an 8-point framework. In these 8 points, I plan. My goal, my mission is to unpack today's title, which is entitled The Truth About Personal Development, How to Actually Improve Yourself. Again, the truth about personal development, how to actually improve. If you don't mind, I'd love to give you three quotes, and then we still keep going. Three quotes. The most important investment you can make is in yourself. Warren Buffett. Okay, you don't like that one. How about this one? Tony Robbins said, personal development is a belief that you're worth the effort, time, and energy needed to develop yourself. One of my favorite books, which is The Mindset, which is in my top 5. I always share that with you. Carol Dweck, she says, in a growth mindset, challenges are exciting, rather than threatening. So rather than thinking, oh, am I going to reveal my weakness? You say, wow, here's a chance. Let me say that again. In a growth mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So rather than thinking, oh, I'm going to reveal my weakness, you say, wow, here's a chance to grow. You see, family, there's questions out there or comments or feedback. You pick the lane. And the point of it all is that people are saying personal development is no good. It doesn't work. It doesn't help me. And then you have another side that says personal development has changed my life. Personal development allowed me to achieve things I may have not have went after or basically achieved. So then you ask the question in the opening hook. I challenged you, family, to say, well, they're both right. They are both actually correct. You see, when I got on this journey of personal development, it was because of my mentor. Shout out to him, Byron. What he showed me was, he said, hey, pick up this book. If you don't know what this book is by Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Now, the title alone may say, well, are you saying if I read this book, I'm going to grow rich? But it depends on what you identify what is rich, meaning is it monetary? Is it emotional? Is it just, what is it that makes you identify of being able to grow rich? So as my mentor told me to read this book, and I did, I read it from cover to cover. But wait, I have to be honest. I was like, just like the first group that I talked about who said personal development does not work, I was like, man, this book is not going to do anything for me. It's not going to put me on any trajectory. My mind is not going to change. I'm not going to have all these open thoughts about being, great and being success. It just doesn't work. So I put the book aside for a minute. And then eventually I picked the book up and I read it. Started off with chapter 1 and then I went to chapter 2. And I just couldn't stop because of the fact that the more that I read, the more exciting that I got. And because I got excited, I was like, okay, I read the book from cover to cover. What's next? What's the next book I could devour? What's the next opportunity around personal development? This leads us into point number 1. I had to make a commitment to myself to do the work, though. See, this is where I say, in the beginning of the opening, I say that the people who say personal development does not work, they are correct, even though the people that say personal development works are correct as well. You see, reason why I say that again, family, is because of the fact if you don't do the work and all you do is read the books or watch the videos or study the blogs or whatever that thing is you're doing and don't apply it, that's why that whole myth of saying, knowledge is power. I push back. I disagree because I do believe knowledge is power, but applied knowledge is even better power because you're taking the information that you've learned and you're actually applying it. That's why I always challenge you in every video, family. If I don't say it every video, my apologies. I'm gonna have to stay consistent with it of saying, hey, just don't watch these videos. Do something with the information that I'm giving you. Apply it, because these are my life lessons, meaning the learning lessons I've learned along the way in my career as a project manager. So test them out to see if they can work for you. Who knows? So I always say, family, that you have to do the work. If you don't do the work, no personal development, no Bible, no any whatever your religion is, it won't matter if you don't do the actual work. Family, as you know, we have the magnetic school that's going to be available on March 9th, Saturday, March 9th. Check that out, 6 classes, and I'll just leave it at that. Let's move on to point number 2. This is one of the things, too, this is why people say it doesn't work, because sometimes, and I've been guilty of this, family, is that I don't balance optimism with realism. Okay, oh wow, you said a lot there. I know it was almost like a tongue twister, but this is what I'm saying, so many words, is that yes, I can have visualization techniques. I can visualize myself having the success of the thing or things that I'm after. However, I need to put a plan in place. And then, watch this, as I shared with you on point number 1, I have to go work the plan. There's no point of having a plan if you're not going to work it and it just sit there and it looks cute, like, oh yeah, these are the things. That's why I don't believe in New Year's resolutions, because I guarantee you, if we were to check in on you on your New Year's resolution, how many people, if we're being honest, leave them in the comments, are still following their New Year's resolution? Or did you all of a sudden break away from the commitment? So having optimism, having a balance, excuse me, between optimism and realism is really your key in this thing that I love called personal development. Because what it does, it allows you to see how things are. Ooh, I like this. This just came to me. I like it. It's like to be able to see how things really. I mean, I shouldn't say really, but how they are, but then visualize how they can be. Mm. See, sometimes we don't visualize where we can go and then go put the work in to make it happen so it becomes our actual reality. When we don't do that, then we say that things don't work and we never even applied them or even done something to show that they don't work. But I digress on that one. Point number 3, strengthen your willpower and discipline. You know, every day I do something to really challenge myself. Like if it's fasting for, to me, fasting, and there's so many different techniques and education things. I'm telling you how I fast. Fasting to me is saying I'm only going to I'm gonna eat after 12 or after 1 or after 2, but that's normally like that's when I'll say I'll start eating. Here's another example. One of the things is I started just testing, because again, family, I'm sorry, I get excited about this. I gotta take a deep breath. The reason why it's important to really understand and apply personal development, because all personal development is experimenting. That's what it is. Because if you can take the opportunity to say, okay, hey, I would love to do this, then you put a discipline in place, and say, okay, I'm committed to this. And now you go and do the thing to test it out, to see if it works for your life, to see how applicable it is for the thing that you said that you wanted. You said, hey, I want to get my PMP by a certain amount of date and within 40 days. Okay, what does your study plan look like? Better yet, scratch your study plan. How are you applying the study plan that you created, that you sat down and put hours into? What are you doing about that? Let me move on to point number 4. Network intentionally. See, it's going to be important, family. If you take this journey with me, you're going to want to be around like-minded individuals. This is the reason why I created the magnetic project manager school, because of things like this. I need more like-minded individuals surrounded around me so I can be surrounded by them to understand what are their concerns? What are their needs? How can I be value? How can I be a servant leader and with the thing that they want to go after professionally? Because if I don't do that, then that's why they say it's lonely at the top, because sometimes you can't surround yourself with people or you feel intimidated. I will not feel intimidated by anyone. I'm hoping that we can get in the magnetic school some people that are much smarter than me. I don't care if they're 10, 20 times smarter than me. I'm there to learn, and I'm hoping that I can give enough value for people that are there at that school to be able to really, we can help each other. So the ability to network with a mindset of really a mutual benefit. That's all I'm looking for, is a mutual benefit. Let's move on to point number 5. Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm still in progress. All of these things are in progress. I'm a in progress making. Cultivate patience. Mhm. Some of the things I recommend that once I get consistent with is mindfulness. I started doing meditation, really enjoy it. I know it works because it's really helped me, because I lead a lot of projects that at certain points the stress level becomes extremely high due to the fact of the deadlines, due to the issues of the compliance matters. So again, having the ability to, when I'm feeling impatient, to take a moment and breathe deeply and refocus on the bigger picture. Point number 6, one of my favorites, which I've gotten really, I'm so proud of myself. I don't even want to do one of these. It's called implementing time blocking. I actually got this technique from hearing about teachers. Teachers will always have a session in which they have a certain time they blocked off so they can prepare their plan for the next day, next week, or month. And what the whole point is a blocked off time that no meetings can be scheduled around that time. It's deep focus in a sense on the thing that you're trying, on the outcome you're trying to go after. And so for me, what I've done is if I'm building out my project schedule or if I'm building out my project plan, I will implement this time blocking technique to give me time so there's no distractions. So when you look at my icon, it says meeting. When you look at my icon, it says busy, basically. Well, it will never say meeting and busy, but it will say busy. And the whole point of it is, family, is just to be able to create a deep focus, to be able to see what is going to work for me. Also, since I'm on that, I've shared this before, family, being able to put my phone in do not disturb or focus. I realize, and maybe you're not like me, that they'll say rabbit, like distractions basically. And one of the things is or squirrel, you'd be like, so the whole purpose of that when you hear people say squirrel or rabbit is that you get distracted. I mean, we're human, especially with the phones, and you got videos coming in, YouTube notifications, this notification, that notification, and you'll find yourself clicking on one of the videos and then you're in a rabbit hole. But make sure you click on my video. Anyway, I digress. But seriously though, family, being able to put your phone in focus or do not disturb. I do this a lot too when I'm in meetings, or if I'm on the phone with somebody. If I'm on the phone with somebody, sometimes I'll put it in do not disturb as well. Uh, but my do not disturb is on a different level. So anyway, but seriously though, family, look at that, implementing time blocking. Point number 7, learn to manage your stress effectively. Again, learn how to manage your stress effectively. Again, work in progress. You have to be able to identify those stressors. Those stressors, those things in life that really get under your skin, and then develop strategies to mitigate them. Just like if you were mitigating a risk, such as deep breathing, exercising, or watch this, family, time management improvements. Because sometimes stress, and I'm not a doctor, so don't quote on me. I'm talking about my own personal life. When I feel like a lot of stress coming on, that's meaning that I know I have some things I need to do, and I'm stressing because I'm finding alternative things instead of doing the thing that needs to be done. Okay, here's a better translation. Tell me if you fall into this group. And if I know everyone is not going to be honest with me, but for those who do, have you ever had something that you needed to get done, and then you found yourself doing cleaning up your space, or cleaning up your house or apartment, or all of a sudden you need to go to the grocery store. You start finding ways out of doing the thing that you need to do it, and then all of a sudden days go on and you're like, oh man. And so that stress is another thing. All right, let's move on to point number 8. Enhance your digital literacy. What does that mean? Listen, connecting with being able to find out new technology, especially within project management. I know PMI just put out this new AI bot. Probably want to go check that out. And then understanding AI. This is even though this technology is not new, as far as being here is more new to us because we're adopting it more, if that makes any sense. So being able to follow blogs or YouTube channels that stay up to date on latest digital trends and tools. I always recommend that highly. I said one of the things I will be doing on this channel that I haven't done yet is I'm going to start picking up project management tools, and I'm going to be going through them, giving you a demo of my thoughts, right or wrong, but some of my favorite tools that I use. All right, family, I got three closing remarks, and then I'm out. But before I do that, I have a quote by Mark Twain. The secret of getting ahead, watch this, family, is getting started. You got to love that. The secret of getting ahead is getting started. Anyway, my three closing remarks. Balance optimism with realism. What does that mean? Hey, being optimistic can motivate you, but realism ensure your goals are achievable. Meaning, you got to go do the work. Point number two, strengthen your willpower and discipline. That's going to be key for you, family. There's going to be times that you're not always going to be disciplined. Please, and I do get on my James Brown. Please, baby, 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 please do not beat yourself up about it. Please do not fall into a funk because you said you're going to do something and you do it. The question is, can you recover? Can you pivot? Because that, I feel like that is a strategy that is not talked about. Your ability to pivot, your ability to get back up off the ground, your ability to keep moving forward even though you didn't do the thing. Can you get back into the groove of things so you can execute on the thing? And then the last and final thing, make the commitment to yourself to do the work. Family, you have to do the work. I don't care how many books you read. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care how many podcasts you listen to around personal development, around growth, around the growth mindset. If you refuse, or excuse me, if you do not take it upon yourself to go and do the work, then it won't help you to listen to this information. Until next time, this has been your boy AD. You know my slogan. I'm out.